As we speak, ilan po ba yung impeachment complaints against the president which can be considered as legitimately filed?
Well, I can say that there are two impeachment complaints which were referred to the Justice Committee just this evening, no? So, dalawa ang impeachment complaints na nasa Justice Committee ngayon, which will prompt to determining sufficiency both in form and in substance, Christian, no?
Okay.
At share ulit natin sa mga viewers, ano bang significance ng referral sa Justice Committee? According to Francisco ruling, the referral to the Justice Committee completes the initiation process, which means because we received already two impeachment complaints under the same referral, no? It technically prohibits all other subsequent complaints, no? Another important consequence of the same is it already triggers the running of the 1-year prohibition period in filing an impeachment complaint against the same impeachable official, no? Isang impeachment complaint lang per impeachable official per year, no? That's the Francisco ruling.
Okay. O, sige. Malinaw po yan, no? Ayan, galing po yan sa chairwoman ng Justice Committee. Kasi may mga nagdududa po, nakita ko po ito sa ilang mga comments, no? Kasi yung unang impeachment complaint na final against the president, some of the grounds were seen as laughable or weak by a lot of people, myself included. Kaya ang suspecha ng iba, baka naman that was meant to inoculate President Marcos from a stronger impeachment complaint. So wala na po yun sa equation dahil dalawa po yung referred sa Justice Committee. Tama po?
That is correct. Dalawa yung impeachment complaint na referred under the same transmittal, no? At ito po'y ating i-consolidate before we initiate the entire process in the Justice Committee.
Okay. When you say consolidation po, Congresswoman, pagsasamahin, so paano po yung determination of form and then substance?
We have yet to discuss this with the other members, no? Yung determination as to form, I think we will have to go over both impeachment complaints, no? Pag sinabi natin, Christian, sufficiency in form, it must be signed, it must be verified, and it must be sponsored by at least a House member, no? So tingin ko, we have to go over both for the purpose of determining sufficiency in form. But for the purpose of determining sufficiency in substance, we will be consolidating all the grounds for impeachment and the statement of facts that were incorporated to support the ground for impeachment that is included in the impeachment complaint, no? In which case, titingnan natin, Christian, kung yung bang statement of facts nila are enough to substantiate the ground for impeachment under which the same is anchored.
Okay. Sa mga nagtatanong, no, yung mga pinag-uusapan po muna namin ay procedural, no? So isa po sa mga issues na gusto ko pong mapag-usapan din. Paano kung yung isang reklamo na patunayan or ang finding ng committee ninyo insufficient in form? Yung bang nilalaman nun pwede pang i-absorb noong isa pang impeachment complaint na sufficient in form in determining naman sufficiency in substance?
Well, I think because of the consolidation, we need to take them or to consider them as one, no? Ito lang, which means, Christian, na kapag nag-fail yung isa as to form, sa tingin ko lang ha, it will affect the sufficiency of the other as to form. Kasi pagdating kasi, Christian, sa Justice Committee, hindi pwedeng dalawang separate complaints eh. It has to be one only. That is why we will be needing to start it with the process of consolidation. Bagaman in examining the sufficiency in form, kailangan namin siyang tingnan parehas. But from my from my standpoint, no, ang nakikita ko pa lang dun sa question mo, kung hindi sufficient in form yung isa, tapos
Mm.
sufficient in form yung kabila, I think it
Mm.
will affect the supposed consolidated complaints before the Justice Committee.
So yung grounds dun sa reklamo na hindi sufficient in form, pwede po bang i-absorb nung isang reklamo na sufficient in form?
When we talk about reklamo, you must be referring to the grounds for impeachment. Ang
Opo.
pinag-uusapan na natin dyan is the sufficiency in substance.
Yes, precisely
No?
po.
In which case, mas madali yung consolidation. No? You just look into the grounds incorporated in the first impeachment complaint, the one filed by Attorney De Jesus. And
Mm.
then you include also the grounds incorporated in the impeachment complaint of the Makabayan Black, no? And then you examine all together kung yung bang statement of facts nila are sufficient in order to substantiate the ground for impeachment under which the same is anchored.
Okay. Sige po. Kailan po yung nakaschedule yung pagtitipon ng Justice Committee para i-determine muna yung sufficiency in form and then later on yung substance?
Initially, Christian, we are considering to hold hearings on February 2, 3, and 4. No? Ito yung mga dates that we are considering for the purpose of our hearings for the determination of sufficiency in form and sufficiency in substance kung kakayanin pa, no?
Mm.
And then siguro kung kakailanganin pa ng further hearings for this purpose, form and substance, we may consider setting additional dates for the succeeding week, no? But for next week, considering na nasa sa amin na, nasa Justice Committee na yung dalawang complaints and we just need to comply with the 3-day notice rule, no? Now it's Monday, perhaps we can consider releasing a notice to the members tomorrow para February 2, 3, 4, we can have them as our initial hearing dates for the Justice Committee.
Apo. Doon sa how would the committee determine the sufficiency in substance of the impeachment complaints?
When it comes to substance, Christian, no, of course, there are grounds for impeachment. Kasama dyan yung mga culpable violation of the Constitution,
Betrayal of public trust.
bribery,
Mm.
treason, betrayal of public trust, no? So, ang
Other high
tinitingnan
crimes.
natin is whether other high crimes, yung kanila bang statement of facts or yung allegation is sufficient to constitute any, some, or all of the grounds for impeachment, no? Kasi dapat doon tayo tututok sa grounds for impeachment eh. They were enumerated. May kasabihan tayo, inclusio unios est exclusio alterios. Ibig sabihin, ang focus mo nandoon sa grounds. So the question therefore is, yun bang statement of facts? Yun bang allegations of the actions committed by an impeachable official? Do they constitute a ground for impeachment?
Okay. Dun sa determination
That's
na yun,
what we need to see and determine to be able to answer whether it is sufficient in substance.
Okay. Ano po yung threshold na gagamitin doon ng Justice Committee? Kasi I suppose hindi pa naman pag-uusapan talaga diyang ebidensya, no? Pero anong threshold po yung gagamitin ninyo? Na itong ground na binabanggit sa reklamo, oo nga, kung totoo, this constitutes betrayal of public trust. For instance.
Well, the rule does not provide for the amount of evidence that we should consider for the purpose of determining sufficiency in form, no? But at the
For
very least,
substance.
I think dapat merong substantial evidence, no? Substantial evidence to say that, yes, the allegations of facts constitute a ground for impeachment, no? Let us have a rundown, Christian. Ano ba yung mga process na gagawin natin before the Justice Committee? I actually summarized them into 5, no? 1 is the determination of sufficiency in form. Second is the determination of sufficiency in substance, no? And then for the third one, where there should be sufficiency both in form and in substance, this will be the stage where we will be sending a notice already to the respondent to file his answer. And should the complainant wish to file a reply, pwede ring mag-reply. At kung gusto naman ng respondent mag-rejoinder pa, pwede pa rin mag-rejoinder. This is the stage also where the evidences are submitted and the affidavits are and counter affidavits are sworn in before the Justice Committee, no? And once all these pleadings and evidences are complete, under step 3, we're supposed to determine whether there is sufficient basis in the impeachment complaint, no? Again, there is no quantum of evidence that is provided under the rules, but for me, I think substantial evidence would be enough, at least for step 3, no? After step 3, we proceed to step 4. Step 4 is the hearing proper, no? Sa hearing proper, invite na natin yung complainant, yung witnesses, and even the respondent. I am always being asked, what if ayaw ng respondent mag-attend? That is actually okay, sapagkat itong pag-appear sa hearing, this is considered as right to due process, no? The presence and participation during a hearing is the right of a respondent. Now, if he doesn't come, it will be interpreted as a waiver of his right to be present during the hearing. So, it is actually discretionary on the part of the respondent kung dadating ba siya o hindi. Although, it is a must na magpapadala kami ng invitation, no? So, dito yun sa step 4, complainant, witnesses, and the respondent. And then after that, after the hearing, Christian, we will be proceeding to our step 5. Ano yung step 5? This is now the determination of whether or not there is probable cause that support the impeachment complaint, no? Unlike from step 1 to 4, na silent ang rules about the quantum of evidence. Pagdating ng step 5, explicit ang quantum of evidence na nire-require ng rules, and that is probable cause, the possibility that he is guilty of the ground alleged by in the impeachment complaint against the impeachable official, no? This is the step 5. Kung may probable cause o wala, no? And then after that, Christian, we are supposed to submit a committee report na to the
Sa plenary.
and that committee report is subject to at least 1/3 to the vote of at least 1/3 of the members of the House, no? Kung ang laman ng committee report ay may probable cause and the plenary will approve by 1/3 votes, it will now warrant the transmittal of the impeachment complaint or the articles of impeachment to the Senate, no? Pero kung ang laman ng ating committee report is no probable cause and the plenary will approve, that will amount to the dismissal of the impeachment complaint.
Of the complaint.
So basically, yan yung process natin,
Apa.
Christian.
Most likely, kailan po matatapos yung buong proseso na yan pag sinunod?
We cannot tell yet, Christian, kasi I have yet to see the actual impeachment complaint, no? Tapos, ito namang mga evidences have yet to be submitted after we have concluded the step 1 and the step 2. That is the determination of sufficiency in form and in substance, no? So it depends really on the progress of the hearing
Okay.
for us to be able to determine kung gaano ang itatagal nitong hearing ng impeachment complaint before the Justice Committee.